Mark mentioned the John Shelby Spong book that some members of the congregation are reading right now, and John Shelby Spong is rescuing the Gospel of John for me. And it's just in the nick of time because for the next 5 weeks, the lectionary turns to John's Gospel. We're back into a foray with John. And I say back because this year we've already spent some time bouncing around in John to different stories during Easter and Lent and Easter. And now rather than jumping back and forth, we will spend this week and the next 4 weeks focusing on just one chapter in John's Gospel. Now it's an important chapter. I suppose all Scripture is important, right? But it's an important chapter, but like much of John, it is a challenge to interpret. It contains some hard sayings, including the time Jesus essentially says to his disciples, "Eat me." That was supposed to be a laugh line. Thank you for the courtesy laugh. But he does essentially say, "Eat me" to his disciples, and that's a challenge, but I'm getting ahead of myself and ahead of the lectionary. In his book, The Fourth Gospel, Tales of a Jewish Mystic, Spong argues that the Gospel of John must be interpreted with a Jewish mystical sensibility. John is not about literalism, Spong writes. His understanding of Jesus is not about what Jesus literally said or what Jesus literally did. John is a Jewish writer writing a Jewish book that transcends literalism at every point, and he draws his major images from Jewish mysticism as he seeks to tell the story of Jesus' life as one who transcends limits, breaks barriers, and invites us all into a new place he represents. This gospel is not about God becoming human, about God putting on flesh and masquerading as a human being. It is about the divine appearing of the human and calling the human to a new understanding of what divinity means. It's about bringing God out of the sky and redefining God as the ultimate dimension of the human. It's about the Spirit transcending the limits of the flesh, not in some pious or religious sense, but in opening the flesh to all that it means to be human. It's about seeing Jesus as the doorway into a new consciousness, which is also a doorway into God who might be perceived as universal consciousness. Now, if your head is ready to explode, relax, at least attempt to relax. I will attempt to interpret Spong as he attempts to interpret John. At least enough for today's sermon. Spong is saying that the people that wrote the gospel, translators do not understand the meaning of the words. The translators have Jesus say, "It is I," as if all the disciples needed was some sense of identification. But the Greek words in the original are ergo eimi, I am. Jesus was claiming the name of God, the name revealed at the burning bush. John tells us, then they, the disciples, wanted to take him into the boat, but Jesus doesn't go into the boat. That third moment of resisting coercion. Instead, they are suddenly on the shore. Jesus doesn't get in the boat. Jesus keeps saying no to our limited and literal understandings of life. No, we don't need to worry about money to feed this crowd. I am the bread that feeds them. No, I won't let you make me king. That's not what I'm about. No, I won't get into the boat. Come out of the boat yourselves. The water's fine. A little scary, but it's fine. Jesus was saying, I am the life of God, calling you into something new, something frightening and dangerous, but something new. I am the love of God calling you to move beyond your defensive barriers, beyond your security walls, and into a new understanding of what it means to be human. That's our invitation today. To move beyond our defensive barriers, beyond our security walls, and into a new understanding of what it means to be human. Amen.